Yeah, it's currently 3:06, and I'm not really supposed to clock off work till about 5 or 6 o'clock. But this toothache is making the whole left side of my head throb. And I got like this giant cavity, like in one of these back teeth. And before y'all start sitting here talking about, oh, brush your teeth, bro, I brush my teeth, dog. I just got bad genetics when it comes to teeth, man. I will say that I used to brush too often, so I probably kind of didn't do my enamel any favors, brushing 3+ more times a day. But yeah, nah, this is no joke, man. Like right here, dude. I'm feeling it all right here. So I'm about to head to the house. I hate taking any type of medication, but this is what it's come to, man. Giant hole in my freaking tooth. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. Even though I am terrified of needles, I hate going to hospitals, going to dentists. At this, where I'm at right now, if you were to ask me if I would go to a hospital, I would choose to rather not, or a dentist. But at this current time, oh my God, man, I need to either get this taken care of, I need to get it removed, I need something. I can't do with this. This is terrible. So I guess what I'm really trying to say, man, is take care of yourself. Body, mind, take care of yourself, really. Because let's say you let a minor thing that I can take care of it later. You let something minor get bigger, and then it leaves you like this, and then it hinders any possible, plans that you had already set up for yourself to do, and now you're, unable to execute said plans because a unexpected problem has occurred when it could have been completely prevented if you would have taken care of it from the first place, which I should have done, but being stubborn, I didn't. So yeah, I guess that's going to be my message for you guys today through this. Take care of yourself. Even though it's minor, deal with it right then and there, so then it doesn't become a problem and prevent you from doing something in the future that you have your sights set on. It's not like this is completely stopping me from doing what I'd like to do, but it's definitely not making it very easy. Nope. But I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna figure out what I can use to relieve this discomforting sensation. I might have to go see a damn dentist. I might have to make an appointment to see a dentist. I definitely have to. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah. All right. Made it home. We are here. Quick update. Finally got a dental appointment scheduled for tomorrow. Thank God. So we're gonna get that dealt. We're gonna get this dealt with immediately. So yeah, got home. I'm not one for taking any type of medication. I don't take ibuprofen. I don't take Motrin. I don't take none of that. Just and the most I'll take is airborne, right? But today was unfortunately not one of those days. Had to do whatever was necessary in order to make this shoe. So we're feeling much better at this current moment. So I'm taking full advantage so I can get this video shot, done, edited, posted. You feel me? So we're here now, and leading into what we're going to cover. We have received a topic in the last video, boom, from the homie Christian, and he's speaking on getting into battle tactics, and we're gonna dive into the preparation for like a battle mentality, getting yourself ready for a battle environment, mentally, physically, the ins and outs, do's and don'ts, what have you. So we're going to start from the very beginning, very, simple, to everything you can do to help utilize, your tools and your mindset to either get ready, be ready, stay ready. All right, let's get into it. So real quick, mind you, a lot of this information is solely based off conversations that I've had with other dancers within battles, like post-battle, pre-battle, myself included. These were all experiences that I've been able to share with dancers or gain knowledge from other dancers having similar experiences. However, your experience or my experience or another dancer's experience are not all going to be the same. There are own experiences. It's going to be your own experience. So I'm here sharing knowledge of experiences. Yes, sharing knowledge of experiences of things that could happen, do happen, probably won't happen. You get what I'm saying. And so what I'm really kind of getting at is, for instance, like your first time battling, right? This is going to be your first time entering a jam or some type of contest where you're going to be dancing freestyle to a song you're not going to know until it's played, and you're going to be judged in order to progress into the competition, right? So for most people, that can be very nerve-wracking. It can get you, you're nervous, your anxiety is just kind of, skyrocketing, okay? And which is all understandable, which is all okay, which all is a natural thing. That's not a don't do that. Like, you can't help that, right? It's just a natural reaction. The things you don't want to do because of those are getting, too emotionally connected with like how things play out, right? Don't let your emotions control your ability to do your best within a battle or react terribly within a battle, right? Like, let's say I'm in my first battle. I'm you know, nerves are just, my anxiety's up. I'm freaking out. Okay. And I go and I do my thing. The opponent does their thing. Okay. There's always one of two ways this is going to play out, unless you get the draw option, which is a tiebreaker, and then you got to do that again with the same opponent. But however, it always ends with either you lose or they lose. Now, we're going to run down hypothetically this scenario where the opponent loses. Okay? The opponent loses. Battle tactic is not really like, you've already done your piece, right? It's more of showing respect, okay, to the person that you've went up against, even if they were disrespectful towards you, right? We can get, like, dancing can get very competitive, but the best way to make it stay in a relatively, like, friendly, competitive narrative, hold your composure, right? Like, it's hard. And I'm not saying if somebody's disrespecting you, just, you know, kind of look the other way. No, you could stand your ground, you know. But if it's just like a light, like, burn, right, through dancing, slight little middle finger, or, you know, you suck, okay? Play along with that. Okay, stick to that narrative. If somebody's being blatantly disrespectful, right, in most competitions, like, where touching is not okay, right? There are other aspects where we get into crump and, you know, they just grabbing each other, holding each other, all that. Okay, but most scenarios, touching isn't allowed. Don't hit somebody. Don't throw things at somebody. That now we're at the, okay, I'm disrespected as a person, not a dancer, and I'm ready to, you know, throw down. So hold your composure, let them talk, do what they need to do. Don't let that get to you. That's a battle tactic. That's one thing that gets the opponent riled up and then throws them off focus, okay? So don't let the opponent get you. You can respond in kind and try to flip the situation and do it back. Get in their head. Make sure they're like, oh man, you know, like, get them all fumbled, you know, let them stutter, not through words, but through their movement, and just push forward, right? So the only way to really do that is not only have confidence in yourself, but confident in what you're capable of, but knowing that, how would you explain that? Being confident in yourself and just owning what you're able to do, right? And then just kind of not really throw shade, but get them flustered, play along, right? Like, you can either take it serious and you're out there and like, I could do what you're doing just better, or, you know, like, make it look like you're having fun, right? Make it look like that what they're doing isn't even phasing you, right? Then it starts to kind of flip that energy they were trying to throw to get you off balance right back at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. But we're gonna move on, and if I can clear that up, I'll do so. Yeah, this is a very unflattering angle, but, you know, we're gonna move forward. I just don't want to stay stagnant in one spot. But moving forward, like, you know, you've kind of, growing up with, like, let's say you're chilling with your friends and you kind of all just, you know, talking smack back and forth to each other all day. You know what I mean? Or you got, like, your siblings that you kind of are going back and forth with. Think of it almost kind of like that, right? Where you're in a competitive spot and somebody's talking to you through their movement, right? They're trying to say something through their movement, or they're actually talking to you while they're dancing, right? Just like you would with your younger siblings or, you know, your homies. It's just this. It's to say something that's gonna scramble you so it throws you off your game. Don't let it. Snap back, right? Say something back. Give more, like throw burns. Dance like, it didn't affect you, right? And just reverse that effect. So it's not affecting you, it's going to them. What's that whole thing? I remember your glue, whatever you say, something bounce off me, sticks to you, right? That whole same concept. Bring it back to basics, okay? Now, let's say, what did we say? They lost, you won. Keep your composure, stay level-headed, and respect the person that you've just battled. Respect the judges, that like, do what you need to do. Like once you build yourself up and you have that confidence, I don't have nothing more to tell you. But within a battle element, you always want to stay, respective, right? Now, walking down on the flip side, where you lose, don't pop off and, F everybody, y'all suck, or break down and like really take that loss like, oh man, I am trash. Don't take it so personal, right? That loss, maybe you just let the anxiety, you being nervous really kind of affect and show while you were dancing. You may not have been aware of it, but other people that are watching you, right? They're like, oh, you can see that this person's clearly nervous. The potential is really there. They can be great. They are good, but they just let the nerves get the best of them. And that happens. Sometimes people will vote against that because mentally you're just not really ready. They're not going to push you forward if you're dealing with being nervous, because the battles are supposed to be, people at their maximum, right? Clashing together so we can get a really good show. So get over the fact that, something can make you nervous, okay? That's going to be one thing that like you can train for physically to make sure that you got your movements down, your technique is good, but mentally you have to be prepared to dance in front of people and be judged. Now, if you are the winner for that battle, right? Like I had said, keep it respectful, shake your opponent's hand, dap up, because then you don't create a bad narrative for yourself as you further progress in your dance journey, right? Unless it's somebody, again, like they blatantly disrespected you, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Make it clear that you just don't like that person. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do and what not to do. Again, these are all experiences that have come from not only myself, but others to help you in the best way possible to get to where you're wanting to go, right? But I'm not going to sit here and say, hey man, this person just kind of like disrespected you. You shouldn't say anything. Don't bring it up, right? No, hell no. If somebody's disrespecting you on a personal level, address it. You know what I'm saying? Call them out on it. That's what? Anyways, keep it kind. Try to believe in yourself, have confidence, but be humble. You know what I mean? Now, moving forward, however, the best way you can develop yourselves in a battle environment, aside from building up your own confidence, right, is I guess it kind of falls in the same realm, not feeling ashamed, right? Like if you know that you've went out into a battle and you've done everything that you could have possibly done to the best of your abilities within that moment. Some days, you're at practice and you just feel real good, right? Some days, not so much. But within that moment of the battle itself, if you can hold your head high and be like, I did the best I could. with what I had in that moment. That's go back, train, level up, right? You are able to acknowledge that you didn't reach your limit, but that you've done what you could have done the best way you know how in that moment. Okay? And when you kind of understand how that works for you mentally, right? You can walk away from the event and, you know, I'll be back for the next one 10 times better, right? It sets you up to look forward to, like, hey, I know that I did what I could do, but I'm going to make that so much better for the next time around, right? It's giving you a goal to work towards, right? Because in my honest opinion, if you're able to do that rather than like, ah, man, you know, give an excuse like I wasn't feeling the song, or, you know, I wasn't feeling it, like the vibes weren't there. Like you're giving yourself excuses almost, and then you're not able to acknowledge where to improve, right? Like it's almost saying like you were good enough, but just, you know, there was something kind of in your way, and that's the reason you didn't win, when clearly that's not the case at all, right? You want to be able to acknowledge where you can improve, right? Even though you did your best and you didn't make it to finals or past prelims, what have you. If you're able to acknowledge that you did the best at that point, but you can improve, that gives you knowledge of yourself on where to improve, what needs to be done, what needs to be fixed, tweaked, what have you, right? So keep that in mind, because I feel like a lot of times when people join their first jam or they do their first battle, most people feel discouraged all the time, and they shouldn't. Because they taken a loss or couldn't pass prelims, you shouldn't feel discouraged. I mean, you should feel proud of yourself for having the courage to do so. The amount of communities that I've been to and seen dope dancers, but they just can't get past their own thoughts and won't enter themselves into a jam, right? Like I could have seen them perform, or not perform, but like, you know, mess around and catch a groove during a cypher or something, but until it comes, or when it comes to an actual battle environment, they're nowhere to be found, right? And it's, maybe battling ain't your thing. That's cool. I respect that. It's when, you know, I'm seeing them at the events and it's almost like they want to battle, but they just can't, right? Like they're stopping, they're the ones holding themselves back. And it's a sad thing to see, because you see a person, a dancer that has so much potential to grow, and I feel like it's a sad thing to see. And as, like, you know, somebody that's been within the community, especially in like Alaska for so long, like I question, why don't they feel comfortable being in that environment, right? And I always end up chalking it up to, you know, maybe they just are nervous and are too shy. But is it something within the community or the people that I am not noticing that they don't feel comfortable doing that with? Like they don't feel comfortable being in a battle environment because of this person, or because of this thing, or because, you know, community leaders weren't acknowledging, and, you know, just this, that, and the third. I really get, like, I overthink, I get too deep into it, so I don't know. But the point I'm trying to get at is, if you're trying to battle, don't get discouraged about yourself, okay? That's like one of the most important things. Because practically all we're doing is we're just dancing and talking shit, right? Don't feel discouraged. You lost a dance battle. That's fine. There was somebody dancing in front of you and they were talking shit. Hey, you know, that's it. So don't feel discouraged about it, right? Maybe that's another element in your battle tactics that you can improve, you know? Like, hey, you can't do this as good as me. You suck, right? I mean, that was corny, but you get what I'm saying, right? So, before we can really get into battle tactics, this video specifically, from where we're at right now on time, is building yourself up to have the confidence to be able to not, you know, enter a jam seeking approval and, you know, acknowledgement almost from others, right? I feel like that's another big thing with new or upcoming dancers, like within a community. They're always seeking acknowledgement from the others around. Like, no, man, like if like you're doing this for you, right? Like you've started dancing for yourself. Like not one of us picked up dancing and was like, I love this. I want, you know, I want everyone to love that I do this, right? I want everyone to know that they like me so much more because I'm a dancer. Nope, not a single soul, okay? You're doing this because you love it and you wanted to become something from this, with this, okay? So stop seeking acknowledgement from other people and don't feel discouraged by setting yourself up to fail with that, right? Have your own confidence, believe in yourself, love yourself enough that, you know I'm good and I'm gonna get better every time I do this, right? So, with that being said, this whole video right here specifically is not gonna be battle tactics. This one right here so far is building up confidence in order to understand where to start with battle tactics. And lastly, lastly, the thing I want to say before we end this video so we can get into, again, battle tactics tomorrow for the next video. Build up, like, you know, have confidence in yourself, okay? That's the most important thing. Love who you are and what you're capable of, self-respect, and stop comparing, okay? I know how much that affects on a personal level. I know how much that can affect you mentally, what that can do to you creatively, right? You don't want to build that habit. Don't take a loss or see somebody at an event and, you know, think you're not as good and prevent that, or have that be the thing that prevents you from, you know, competing or joining something or becoming better. Like, stop comparing yourself to others, okay? It's not going to do you any good at all. Again, friendly competition. That's how we push each other, right? You see somebody and that person's dope. Don't feel discouraged because they're dope. They had to have worked really hard to get that. Maybe they were, you know, born with a talent and they worked hard for it. Or they were just born with the talent and they're good. Now it's up to you to work hard. And I'm talking hard, for you to achieve a level past where they're at so you can become better and know that, hey, I've accomplished this. I've been surrounded multiple times at events by other amazing dancers, and I was able to push myself past the levels that I set on myself, the boundaries that I've set on myself, or not boundaries, the limits that I've set on myself, to overcome, you know,
multiple battles and come out on top, right? Build that up for yourself, the confidence, okay? Don't compare. I can't stress this enough. Stop comparing. This person gets all the follows and likes on Instagram and all this other noise. Who cares? Who cares? Focus on you. Work on you. That's all you need to worry about. Okay? Just put the work in. Keep progressing. And it'll show for itself. All right? Can't stress any of that enough. But yeah, anyways, so with that, we're going to cut this one off. Tomorrow, battle tactics, the ins and outs, the actual ins and outs of, things that you can do to help yourself further in a competition. Okay, so today was furthering yourself to build the confidence and the mental to be comfortable in a battle environment. Tomorrow is going to be you're actually in a battle environment. We're going to go over the things that you can utilize to, again, like how we talked about, throw your opponent off their game, or how to dismiss all the things being thrown at you to make you fall off your game. The best way to prepare for any type of battle that you're going to be joining. Okay, so that will be what we cover tomorrow. I hope you guys tune in. I hope that this video really helped you kind of shed new light or understanding on how you can build yourself up to become what you want to be. Okay, I hope you draw inspiration and motivation from this to knock out that one thing that was holding you back. And until then, see y'all tomorrow. And hopefully we get to battle, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're Christian, we've battled enough already. Catch y'all later.